Hi, in this video I'm going to show you all around the LendEngine locker control system. So this is the main brain, that's the circuit board, and that controls the locks. These are industry standard 12 volt locks, and fitted to the locks are these little catches, which you could put on the back of a locker door, a cage, or you could even fix a chain to it for things like bikes or scooters. So it's a 12 volt system, and the power coming in here is just a standard little wall power supply, and it connects to the tablet. So this is an Android tablet running some software, some free software, which is called Kiosk, and that prevents the user from using anything apart from the software that we're running on here. So the tablet talks to the control board. There's a little Wi-Fi network sitting between the two, and then the control board talks to the internet. And on the internet is the LendEngine platform where people place the reservations. So the tablet only contains a keypad essentially for return codes and collection codes. The actual booking and everything else is done on the user's phone or their laptop in exactly the same way that they would at the moment on the LendEngine platform. So the control board has enough spaces for 32 locks. If you need more than 32 locks, you can get an extension board which gives you a total of 64 locks. We have cables which range from 1 meter to 3.5 meters. So you'd place your control board in your cabinet with all the locks, and then you could place your tablet somewhere on the wall, or perhaps in one of the cabinet faces if you like. So what I've got here is I've reserved an item, and this is my reservation confirmation email. Because I've got the locker system set up on this LendEngine account, we've actually got a collection code. So let's actually collect this item from the locker. We'll get our tablet and we'll put our collection code in, collect, and it is 520770. Go. So that has opened this lock, which essentially opens the door. I can take my tripod out and then close the door, and that has then spoken to the LendEngine and has marked that loan as checked out. Pretty straightforward. Now let's have a look. Here is my checkout confirmation email, which has given me a return code, which is a different code. So at the end of the loan period, I'll come back and I will return the item. So 152800023, enter, and then the system queries LendEngine to see what have I got to return. It's tripod, yep, that's what I'm returning. LendEngine has proposed a locker based on the size of the item and the sizes of lockers that I've configured, and you can have multiple items returning on one loan. There's a number of different ways you can set up your lockers. So you can have a locker which is dedicated to one item, or you can have a locker which is flexible, it can take any item of that size, or you can have multiple lockers for multiple items. There's different ways. That's a bit more complicated than the video can show. So we're returning this item. We'll open the locker. It'll open it up again. There we go. I need to load my item into the locker. Close it up. Happy with that? Yep. And click to check in. So that checks in the item, and then when I go to my emails, it shows me your item has been checked in. So that's the full loan process, with the user interacting with their phone to actually book the item, and then everything else is done on the lockers. It just uses collection codes and return codes. So you could send the collection code to a friend if they were going to pick up for you, and likewise they could return. So you don't actually need your phone with you when you collect or return. So that's the user flow. We've also got admin mode. You don't actually have to use your LendEngine account. You could use this locker system without LendEngine at all. But let's assume you're going to use the LendEngine. We have an administrator access. So if we go to collect, and then I put the PIN number in, what that does is it takes us into configuration mode, where we can do various things like set a dedicated PIN number for a locker. We can open a specific locker, so maybe we are somebody coming to load the lockers at the beginning of the week. We can go here and we can see what's plugged in. We've got 2 lockers plugged in. I could manually open one of these, so let's do that. We'll open A1, that'll be this guy, and we can load it, and you can see how A1 is now shown as open. I simply plug that back in again, and this goes closed. So this is admin mode. Various other things you can do in here. You can set up your local Wi-Fi network for the PCB to talk to your internet, and various other permission settings. And then let's exit admin mode. So yeah, there we go. Lend Engine control board, Android tablet, industry standard locks. Happy days.